Poppy Playtime isn't just about jump scares and creepy toys. It creates a deep and unsettling nightmare experience. What started as a simple horror game quickly developed into a complicated story full of disturbing details about the shady Playtime company and its dark past. From the eerie quiet of an abandoned toy factory to the thrilling chases through tight vents and winding hallways. Each chapter takes players deeper into terror, pushing the limits of what the series wants to show. Cumbro Facility isn't a straightforward journey. It has unexpected twists, tough moral choices, and ever-changing threats. The characters, like the creepy Huggy Wuggy, the frightening Mommy Longlegs, and the mysterious Prototype, are more than just villains, representing a deeper story that unfolds throughout the games. Each new chapter builds on the last, adding new gameplay mechanics and horrifying characters while expanding the unsettling background in satisfying and disturbing ways. In our releases, we'll try to highlight the strengths and weaknesses of each part of the game. And first, we'll start with the weakest part. Welcome to the channel, friends. Subscribe to the channel and support us with likes and comments. Well, and we will begin. Chapter 4. Safe Haven may be the weakest part of the series, mainly due to several big issues that overshadow its stronger elements. The pacing and structure provide the basis for one major complaint. This chapter was the first to get a major series of updates following its release, due to criticism toward the massive amount of bugs and unpolished gameplay. This has resulted in accusations that the game was rushed to meet deadlines. These updates included all new cutscenes that were not present before, major bug fixes, environment changes, and fixed gameplay. This chapter introduces many new characters and places, but most aren't used well, feeling rushed and ultimately unimportant to the main story. For instance, Chapter 4's Yarnaby is introduced as a strong villain but ends up unsatisfied shortly after. Similarly, Pianosaurus, which was heavily advertised before the release, also has a quick, almost silly anticlimax. This trend of bringing in interesting villains and quickly getting rid of them throughout the chapter creates a confusing narrative and wasted opportunities. The sheer number of new characters makes the experience feel cluttered and overwhelming. While the story concept is interesting, it often feels messy due to a surplus of many plot points and complicated character connections. As players navigate the prison facility, it often seems less like a flowing story and more like a series of random events, lacking the smooth storytelling in earlier chapters. The quick introduction and resolution of subplots, like what happens to the sentient toys in Safe Haven, adds to this confusion. Many narrative choices seem aimed at showcasing new characters and extending playtime rather than creating a compelling story. The Doughy boss fight is boring and repetitive, and while we know Doughy needs to be tough for his complicated backstory, it's not fun to watch him help waste the potential of Pianosaurus. The mechanics feel clunky and unresponsive, leading to frustrating gameplay loops. Other parts of the game, like the long chase sequences with Yarnaby, can become tedious due to repetitive mechanics and poor checkpoint placements. The puzzles praised in earlier chapters for being clever often feel overly complicated and pointless in Chapter 4, taking away from the satisfaction a good puzzle should provide. Chapter 4's ending feels like a cheap attempt to recreate the first chapter's success, lacking the tension and suspense that made the original encounter that inspired it effective. Despite these major flaws, Chapter 4 does have some redeeming qualities. The atmosphere remains unsettling and creepy, especially within the prison and Safe Haven. The use of analog horror elements like scattered notes and VHS tapes helps deepen the lore and world building of the Poppy Playtime universe. The voice acting is consistently strong, conveying the characters' emotions well, even in a rushed and jumbled narrative. Specific moments, like the reveal of the Doctor's true form and the tragedy in Safe Haven, still have some emotional weight, showing that the story has potential.
Let's see which of us